What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy, the Vaz Slap, in the building. Episode number 3 of the South American Journeyman Save as we take Rangers into the first division of Chile and we try and survive. We got to go through a transfer special first before we get to our first games, and I'm excited because it's our first ever transfer special in South America. My first ever transfer special in Chile. I'm excited. I hope you guys are excited. Make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you tell your parents, grandparents, lovers, and all them haters as well to join in on the fun. Subscribe, like, and comment down below. Without further ado, let's run that intro. Well, we're back for the season review. That's how we're starting it off. Go to the new arrivals, of course. Only 2 of them were my actual signings, and that was Menzies and Kevin. Of course, Kevin, look at that. Look at that. 12 played, 13 goals. Absolutely fantastic. Picked him up from a free transfer from Cortuluá, a team that we could have maybe managed in Colombia. And then Menzies, also free transfer, 13 appearances, 2 goals, 6 assists, 721. Elsewhere, Rivera, probably the pick of the bunch. Esperoza didn't play as much as I wanted him to play under me, but turned out at the end not too bad. The rest, I'd say okay. I wouldn't say too bad. I don't even look at the transfers. I didn't really sell anyone. In terms of the league, there you go. Top of the table. Board are super happy. We had joint goal scorers in Gotti and Reyes, both with 14 goals. You can see from when we took over, just a sea of green, bar those 3 little blips in there. We took over from Barchea all the way down. We carried on doing what we did best. Won the league by 2 goals in 2 points in the end. The Copa Chile, we didn't play in that. We got knocked out in the first round. Not going to remember that. And like I mentioned, Menzies' goal of the season, the one I claimed was goal of the season, it turned out it was, in fact, goal of the season. Also, the match to remember was the first time that I took over where we won 4-1. And then the biggest one being that 9-2 against Santiago Morning. Everything slightly down for some reason. I'm not sure why, but it is. Rivera, Gotti, Reyes, Renero, and Gonzalez, all the top shirts. That's going to change quite a bit. We have gone up in reputation by half a star, which is fantastic to see. This is how they used to line up. You can see very interesting flat back 3. Pizzola somehow manages to get ahead of Gotti in there, even though Gotti did score more goals. So there you go. Some new records there. Gotti, 15 goals in the whole season is a new record. Most goals in a match by Kevin is a record. Most goals in a league match also hold now by Kevin. Reyes with most assists at 11, 4 man of the matches for Reyes, and fastest ever goal, 56 seconds from Gonzalo Reyes. Definitely will be looking at utilizing him a lot next season. Fans for the season is Gotti, the 32-year-old striker. Thomas Gomez with 20 goals, 20-year-old, 7.3 rating. Signing we've seen. We saw the rest, top goal scorers, everything else. And then just the highest average does go to Gotti at 32 years old. On the older side of things is the way I see it. And we can give you a quick little look in a glimpse of the areas that we're looking at maybe fulfilling next season. The only thing I just wanted to do was add Gotti down to the bench. And I'll tell you why, because he is 32 years old. So yeah, this is the sort of the 11 that I'm looking at. Guys that I've had a look at that could potentially be in our first team next season. Espinoza, Menzies, Rivera, Kevin, and Reyes are the only ones that sort of I feel are good enough to play in top flight football. I have decided to stick with this tactic. I have come up with this one if I need to be a little bit more defensive going forward, but we're going to stick to this one for now. And then a couple of guys that I do want to keep on maybe as backup players: Eros, Donoso, Velveeta, Mora, Sanheza, Gonzalez, Gomez, Gotti, Pereira, Kirkau, and Lolas are all going to be sort of backup players. All of these guys here at the bottom are the ones that are going to be leaving. Renero, Martinez, Vasquez, Felipe, Quintanilla, they're going on loan, so they're leaving. Oriana, Carnales, Soto, Araya, and Acuna could all potentially be leaving. In fact, some of these backup players could also be leaving fairly soon. The thing is, I just don't want to have too many spots available because we do need to sign some players. We need to sign about 6 players for the first team. If you want to back up 7, 8 players potentially all need to come into the backup. So there's going to be some big transfers coming forward. The window only opens in 2 months' time. So we're going to just carry on and go until the January transfer window opens. I don't think much is going to happen in the interim. We did also get our youth candidates came through, and Ronaldo Cifuentes is probably the only one that I really want to talk about. The left winger looks very, very good. At 16 years old, in like 1 or 2 years' time, could easily be in the first team. The only issue is his very low determination. Does not help his cause a lot. And then the only other player that I really kind of want to talk about, was a very average intake, is Luis Niera here, the central midfielder, where we do use him. Could actually right now fit into that team, but again, low determination doesn't bode well for him. The same for Gabriel Ramirez here, is low self-belief and not really the type of standard that we can talk about in terms of youth. They've all been offered contracts. These guys, I'm not even going to bother. Some of them are just absolutely like Jorge Rojas. I mean, other than your physicals, you are not a good player at all, with very little potential from what I can see as well. So you're volatile, media friendly, and confrontational. What a mark there. Anyway, I'm coming back when the transfer window is open. I am sending my scouts on. We need to reorganize all of our staff as well. A couple of guys have officially retired, but we'll do that at the season tick over, and then we'll go for it, man. We are absolutely going for it. We want to stay in the top flight football. Well, guys, the transfer market is open. I had forgotten I had organized already 3 deals for this one, which actually has helped me quite a bit. We'll talk about the first one on the right-hand side. Cao Maciel, I will get a face pack for him. On the right-hand side, I think a very, very good winger, especially on support. I feel like, other than he's off the ball, everything else is really, really good, which I like. His stamina isn't great, but we can work on that. 21-year-old Brazilian. On the other side, on the left-hand side, can also play on the right-hand side. We are training him a little bit more on the left, is William Gama, a Brazilian Chilean. Probably will be second best to Rivera, but a very good player nonetheless as a winger. And then the third player, the one that I'm most excited for, a left back in Freddy Martinez. Freddy Martinez, yeah, I mean, just look at these attributes as a wingback on attack. This man is going to light up the whole league. Only issue is he doesn't like big matches, but he is very, very good, which does mean the likes of Mora will be on the bench. Elsewhere that we have had a look at, these are some more players that we need. We do need another centre back. We definitely need another goalkeeper and a right back. Really bolster up the defense. We also need a midfielder. There's a couple of guys that I have had a look at in terms of that on the short list. You can see them here. There is one guy that I do really like the look of as a goalkeeper, Petrucci, but he just signed a new contract with Alvarado, meaning we can't sign him because he won't transfer for us. But that doesn't necessarily mean we have given up our look on centre backs. I've waited for the transfer market to open. There's a few players on this list that I'm quite excited about. The first being the centre back, Nicolas Carvajal, over here, the left and right-footed centre back. Looks like he could be a very, very good addition to the squad. 28-year-old Chilean. Is currently with Santa Cruz and is wanted by a team in the lower divisions, a higher division than him. He's playing in the non-leagues, but for a non-league player, he looks very good. A tackling of 16, marking a little bit low on 12, but I feel like the fact that he's valued at 0 is definitely an option for us to make that offer, which we're going to do. Just make the offer of $0 because that's what he's valued at. It is one guy that I'm trying to sign. Even if he won't be a first team, he would, I think, would be a very good addition to the squad. The same is said for this guy, except I feel like he could easily slot into the first team. Argument to be made that he is actually better than Menzies in that Mazzala role already. And at 23 years old, I really like the look of him. Free transfer, good backup option. So that is another one we're going to try and do. We're just going to approach to sign him. Wants to be a fringe player, which is great. He wants 3.5. I can't offer more than 1.8. Yeah, let's just walk away from this one. I didn't think of that. That's not good. And then another guy that I do want, like looks of, is Enzo Romero over here. Plays for Colo Colo, one of the big teams in Chile. Of course, Colo Colo, current champions of Chile. And I do like the looks of him, but I don't know if we'll be able to afford him. In terms of transfer value and stuff, we do have 400,000 and a wage budget of 6.72, but we are restricted in how much we can actually spend in terms of the wage budget. As a striker, he's probably not as good as Reyes or Kevin. Yeah, he is someone that we can keep an eye on. Elsewhere, I've just been looking around. Alexo Vigalas here, another striker, maybe left-handed winger as well. Looks like he could be a potentially good one. Only problem with him is that he is 110,000 for a position. Well, I don't know if he's going to be a starter. So if I'm going to spend that money, I kind of want them to be starters. We're going to keep looking around, trying to find someone that we could potentially make a 100% offer on. Goalkeeper-wise, though, there is two that I have had a proper good look at. Haven't added them to my shortlist yet because I'm waiting for more scout reports to come on them. One of them is Yuri Senna over here. He looks like he could be a very, very good goalkeeper. 25 years of age, I think could be potentially a good replacement for Rodriguez. The only issue is just his shot stopping and his distribution isn't as great. But everywhere else, he looks like he is going to be very, very good. He is wanted by a lot of clubs in lower divisions, which is my biggest concern. The other one is Angel de la Cruz here, who I think on paper is not as good as Senna, but is probably better than Rodriguez in the areas where it really matters, like your aerial and your communication and your speed. Shot stopping and distribution isn't that much off compared to Rodriguez, and his handling is a lot better, which does help us a little bit. My biggest issue for him, though, is just his jumping reach of 14, which is the same as him. The natural fitness of 11 doesn't really mean, as a goalkeeper, it means they kind of deteriorate a little bit quicker. So, yeah, I am going to be scouting. I am scouting a whole bunch of them as well. There's a lot more goalkeepers on there. We'll come back with some more news. We'll keep an eye out on what's happening with the two other transfers that we made an offer. Well, one other offer we made for. But yeah, we're having a look at these goalkeepers, and you can see we've scouted a lot. We've already scouted all of these. There's more scouts coming. We'll be back in a bit. Well, guys, we're back a little bit earlier than I thought. Thomas Jimenez looks like he could be an absolute brilliant of a goalkeeper. Most I can offer is one. What if I adjust this? What if I go full into the wage budget? How much can we offer him? 2.6, not even near what he wants. Never mind him, but yeah, I was just looking through some of the players. Another one that I liked the look of was a slightly older goalkeeper in Pisianto over here, the Brazilian. You can have a look at him between Gaston, and you can see he is obviously an upgrade on Rodriguez, and quite an upgrade as well. How much does he want per week? Important player, wants to learn Spanish. Of course, Brazilian. Doesn't want as much. What if I give you 1.6? We'll give your agent a little bit more. 3 years is a decent one could potentially be a good goalkeeper. If we find someone else, then maybe I can even land up selling Gaston. I think that might be someone like Eduardo Villanova. Not bad, actually. Yeah. Anyway, I like him. I like Pastianto. I think he could easily slot into being our first team goalkeeper. I have had a look at most of the other players here. Nothing in terms of what we can afford is very good. There was someone like, not Villanova, sorry, underneath him, Carreño over here, but I just don't think we can really afford someone like him playing at O'Higgins in Chile. There was another one that I saw that I really liked the look of. I can't find him now. He was on the higher end value. There he is, Lucas. I did like the look of Lucas, the 20-year-old Argentinian Italian, but at 700,000, obviously we can't afford that. But yeah, hopefully if we can pick up this guy, it'll be a good signing for us. In terms of sales, I have offered all these guys at the bottom here, Quintanilla, Quinala, Soto, Pereira, Araya, and Acuna all out for sale. Araya was sent out on loan. I've offered him out on loan. And Quintanilla, I think they could potentially be good, to develop their sort of thing. But the rest, we have all offered them out. Hopefully someone picks them up. We'll find out in a bit. Well, I think we might have found our left-footed left back. Daniel Gutierrez, Chilean free agent. Looks like a very good player. Nice sort of attributes, especially for a 22-year-old centre-back. I like the look of this man a lot. He is available for free. He wants to be a regular starter. Once 400, once a release clause. We're going to get rid of that. And we can keep the relegation release clause. I feel like we're not going to hamper his career. There we go, $400. He's in the thing. I'm just going through the scout reports. They're all coming through here. Bastian Tapia also doesn't look like a bad option, does he? Nice sort of backup option. He is wanted by teams in the lower divisions. He's someone I'm going to keep on my short list. Keep an eye out on him. He's not that great. He's not that great, but expensive for our liking. He's not good. Just having a look at these guys here. Nicolas Rodriguez has a right back. He's valued at 12,000 though. Yeah, we're not going to be able to afford him. He is definitely not that good. Goalkeeper, we've got Pedro Diaz here. I mean, he doesn't look too bad either. Pedro, are you better than Rodriguez? Or am I just feeling you're better, but you're not that much better? Plus, we've got that other guy we're waiting on. He's not that great. Valdez looks all right. Wouldn't go crazier. And Dennis Olvera also doesn't look great. We do have to keep an eye out on signing foreign players as well. There is a limit. I don't think we're near the limit, but we obviously don't want to go into that limit. And Juan Buaza here as a striker, probably not the best. Good versatile player to have in the squad. But again, foreign player, I don't want to really waste my foreign spot on someone that's potentially going to be a rotation player. I'd rather waste it on a spot that is going to be 100% guaranteed to start every game. I feel like that would be more important if picking a foreign player. Ryan here, though. Whoa. Very good left back. I'm going to let him go. We've got Martinez in. Julio Rush, though, does look like a very, very good centre mid in a Mazzala role. We need kind of right-footed centre mids. I'm trying to just stick to what we actually need. Someone like Victor Retamol, however, is something that we could be using as the centre mid with a right foot, valued at 155,000. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Right, nothing else coming through there. We're waiting for some more news. Right, Nicolas Carvajal, one of the centre backs that we're looking at, the versatile left and right centre back. I do like the looks of him. We're going to negotiate. Wants to be a squad player. That can be arranged. Extension after 10 games. That's fine. 2 years. I mean, that's a very good contract. I'm not even going to try and negotiate that. We're going to take it. We're going to run with it. Welcoming of players. Well, we've made our first signing officially on this. It is Nicolas Carvajal has come into the squad. A defender, can play left, can play right. We will register him for now. I haven't registered the rest of the guys. I don't know why I decided to register. No, I've got to register all of them now. All right, let me register these oaks quick. There we go. Completed. Our signing Nicolas Carvajal will move into the defense for now as the left back man coming in there. This is just a makeshift team because I've got a game coming up soon. So he'll probably end up playing ahead of... well, at the moment, he's the only one in there. We haven't signed the other ones yet. He can go down to the under-21s once they're on loan. And, yeah, the squad is filling out quite nicely. We still need that goalkeeper. We still need a right back. And we still do need another midfielder, I think. And then we should be good. In terms of attacking prowess, I think we're good. Midfielder, we don't really need one. We've got Sennhauser who can play. We've got Pereira who can play in that position. And Karkoa can all play in that position. I just kind of want someone stronger. What we definitely do need is a right back. Aquenia or Aros is not good enough, in my opinion, to be in this sort of league. And then definitely a goalkeeper. So I think those are the two that we're looking at. Of course, goalkeeper, we are waiting for Pesanto to decide whether he wants to come to us. Gutierrez would be another great addition and probably start ahead of Carvajal. But yeah, the goalkeeper is probably the main one that we desperately want to get into the books there. They want to send him on. No, he's not going on loan. Yeah. I think they're both Chilean, are they? He's Brazilian, so he'll take up the last foreign spot. Gutierrez is definitely Chilean. We don't have any other spots for foreigners then after this. But anyway, we'll be back with some more news. Of course, the league starts in just under a week's time, in a week's time, with the first game of the season starting us off. So we've got 1 week to try and find that goalkeeper, or at least make that transfer stick for the goalkeeper. And then hopefully we can pick up a right back at some point as well. And while scouring the world, I might have found maybe not a replacement for Aros, but definitely someone who can easily fit in as a backup at 23 years of old. Bruno Gutierrez. I like the look of this guy. Probably the only one that's really on the list. I've had a look at it. He's probably the best of the bunch. 650, not bad. We're going to pick him up. You can see I've gone through a lot of these guys. We have to go for Chilean. There was David Tati, who was one that I also looked at, who could be something. But I mean, if we compare him to not Daniel Gutierrez, the other Bruno Gutierrez, I think Bruno's just slightly better than David Tati. He was one, and then the other one that I did see that was another youngster, was 22-year-old Jurgen over here, who looks like he could also be something of a revelation. But again, Bruno just a little bit better in all of that, and we did pick up a slight knock, but don't worry about that. Yeah, we've got a week to go. We're loaning out some players, getting them some game time. There is rumors of a Tycoon takeover, which could be very, very interesting next transfer. I don't think we have enough time in the transfer season, although the season hasn't closed yet. I'm just worried that that the rumors come true, and then we get a transfer embargo, and these 3 transfers can't happen, because these are 3 transfers we desperately need to get over the line. And there's the one that I most desperately wanted to get over the line, and that is getting our goalkeeper. We didn't sign Daniel Gutierrez, the centre-back. That's not good. I kind of wanted him. Felt like he was a much better centre-back than Carvajal. I think they're so close between the two of them. I think Gutierrez was just slightly better, but we do have Carvajal, which is a good option nonetheless. Let's have a quick look of how the squad lines up. Give me a sec. Let me put them up as I would want them. Right, so this is how we're lining up. I've left the right back open for now because I'm hoping we sign Gomez. Is it Gomez or Gutierrez? What was his name? Bruno Gutierrez, the other Gutierrez. So I'm hoping we can finish that signing off. Mariano's a physio, don't worry about that. And I'm hoping he will slot in there, which is how we're going to line up for the season. We're going to have Mateus in goals, Martinez, Carvajal, Espinosa, and then obviously Gutierrez, Sanhueza, and Menzies will be in the midfield. Keo Miguel on the right, Rivera on the left, Reyes and Kevin up front. Backup options, Rodriguez will be the backup goalkeeper, Aros backup right, Donoso and Valvida will be the backup centre-backs, Mora backup left-back, Carcao and Gonzalez will be the backup midfielders, Gomez on the right, Gama on the left, Gotti, Soto up front, Pereira will be just a nice, a valuable extra option. We then have the option to bring in 3 other players. I am going to be trying to bring in another centre-back. Definitely going to need another centre-back just in case we pick up a bad injury somewhere along the line. We're going to need some replacements. Maybe another striker as well, and definitely another winger. I think those are the 3 that we're going to be looking at bringing up. But obviously, right back right now is the only option we really, really want to bring in. In terms of centre-backs, I have found someone that I am going to bring in, and that is going to be Bastian Tapia here, I think, as a nice little cover option. Potentially even maybe a bit better than Espinosa on that right-hand side of the defense. You could make the argument that maybe, he could become better, but I think he's a good option to have as a third choice defender. Take a like that. We're not going to make any promises like that. He does want a lot. He wants a release clause of 425 for domestic clubs. You know what? I'm going to give him to him because I think he's a decent option. We can try and work it out. Maybe give him a new contract later in the season. For 450 is not bad at all. And then this was the man that I really wanted, but his demands are just so ridiculous. Yeah, he's still not interested in talking to us. And then Al Rafo here can play left, can play right, similar to Gama. Fortunately, he is a foreigner, and we just don't have the space for foreigners. The space, the same could be said for the Peruvians. So maybe it's a good idea that I'm not trying to sign him. Another option is Lucas Capeda here on the right-hand side, who I feel could actually be better than Gama and Rivera, but at 375,000, we probably can't afford him right now. So just going around, having a look, Fabian Espinosa, left and right, good versatile player, I think would be a good addition to the squad. How much do they want? Make an offer for 0. Maybe they take it. Maybe they don't. I'm just having a look at. I've had a look at some of these other guys. A little bit out of the price range at the moment. Even Pastor was another one that I had a look at. Free agent. Can play on the left. Can play in the center. Not that good. Probably not going to sign him. The other one that I did like the look of was Castillo here. So if we don't sign Tapia, I think Castillo might be the option to go for. And then I really liked, in terms of an extra midfielder, was this guy. But at 120,000, we can't afford him, unfortunately. But with that being said, I think it is time we have a look at where we stand when it comes to the overview and the season preview. We're not bottom of the table, which is amazing to see. It is really, really good to see that we are actually 12th on that list. I was expecting to be sort of the bottom. Crucio Udido, who came up with us, and San Luis del Cuentaya, who we actually lost to in the friendlies, are rated 1,000 to 1. The two of us, I'm just generally surprised that they've got a big squad and somehow they ranked at the bottom. But I feel like we've built a good enough squad. We're still waiting for our right back, and there we go. We've confirmed our right back. Absolutely brilliant. Well done, son. What are you hinting that he feels like there's not time to leave the club? You know what? If you want to leave Krakoa, you can leave the club. I'm not going to stand in your way. Yeah, I don't think it's right to force you to stay. You want to go, son? You can absolutely go. You're probably only going to be a squad player at best for us. Which does mean that I'm going to have to look for another center mid. But we found our right back. play him at wing back on attack. Get that training in, son. Let's register our players. We haven't actually registered the new ones. You can see our maximum over 21 players is now done. We can sign 2 under 21 players if we want to, which I didn't know was an option. So maybe there's still options for some more foreign players. Hey, look at that. All right, I'm going to have a quick look. You know what, guys? I'm just going to end it off here. We've got the full squad. We're coming back for the first game of the season. I don't think we're going to sign anyone in the next 3 days. So we're coming back for that. Our first 2 games of the season in the league. We're taking on Deportivo Numbelense and O'Higgins. Our first 2 games of the season. I am ecstatic. We'll see you in a bit. Well, I feel like I have built a very good squad, a squad that I am super excited about, a squad that I feel could avoid relegation. That is our goal this season, to get out of that relegation zone. I feel like we can do it. My hair is a mess. I've been up all night. You can see it's already the next day that I'm recording the second part of this video because it was just so much to do. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys leave comments, leave likes, tell your parents, everybody you know to join in on the fun. It is my first time ever in South America. I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are having a blast watching it. Till next time, peace, chicken grease.